EDU301 General Methods of Teaching Important MCQs and Short Notes. Lecture number 3 Professional Behaviors and Context of Schools. अगर आप चैनल पे नए हैं तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें, बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर लें और पेड आपको सर्विसेज चाहिए LMS सेंडिंग इंटर्नशिप रिपोर्ट राइटिंग फाइन प्रोजेक्ट्स तो आप इस नंबर पे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। अगर आपको ये PDF फाइल चाहिए तो भी आप इस नंबर पे रब्ता कर सकते हैं। तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं। लेक्चर नंबर 3 के इम्पोर्टेंट MCQs। व्हाट इज़ द प्राइमरी कमिटमेंट ऑफ एन एजुकेटर टू द स्टूडेंट्स? Helping each student realize their potential. Which type of students are often neglected by teachers according to the passage? Average learners. What should educators stimulate in students? Spirit of inquiry and acquisition of knowledge. Spirit of inquiry and acquisition of knowledge. What happens if students' spirit of inquiry is not developed? Knowledge acquisition seems like a burden. What is the role of a teacher in a student's acquisition of knowledge? To raise the potential and stimulate inquiry. What is one of the professional commitments of educators? Rising professional standards. What should a teacher know regarding their subject? Pedagogical content knowledge. What is one essential communication skills for a teacher? Clear communication with good eye contact. What skill should a teacher possess for assessing students? Knowing different assessment methods. What should a teacher know about how students learn? First and second language learning. What is meant by recent developments for educators? New research in education. What is the minimum requirement for a good professional teacher? To raise professional standards beyond the minimum. What is the professional judgment based on? Evidence gathered by the teacher. Who can make a professional judgment about a student's academic performance? Teachers. How can educators promote a climate for professional judgment? Through parent teacher meetings. What should be the role of parents in teaching? To understand teachers' roles and expectations. What is necessary to promote professional judgment according to teachers? Creating a supportive climate. What is the unfortunate perception of teaching careers mentioned in the passage? Teaching is seen as a fallback for those who could not enter other professions. What is one way to change the negative perception of teaching? Raising professional standards in education. What should teachers focus on that help students realize their potential? All students equally. What is an example of climate that encourage professional judgment? Regular communication between teachers and parents. Why is clear communication important for teachers? To effectively convey lessons. How do teachers raise professional standards? By continuously improving their skills and methods. Why are assessing skills important for teachers? To understand and measure students' learning progress. What should a teacher's assessment be based on? Multiple methods and evidence. What is the key to promoting professional judgments in school? Open communication with parents and community. What should educators aim for beyond meeting standards? Going beyond to raise professional standards. What can help teachers make professional judgments? Evidence and data collected from students' performance. What is the main aspect that negatively affects the image of teaching as a profession. It's seen it being seen as a last option for careers. Why is creating a climate for professional judgment important? To provide teachers the support they need to make informed decisions. What is one way to change the negative image of teachers as a career? Advocate teaching as a first career option. What does unqualified mean in the context of teaching? Teachers without proper education, degree, BA, MA. What is the main issue with unqualified teachers in private or street schools? They lack proper qualifications in education. What is the primary commitment of professional teachers? Commitment to students and the professional. In which sector are unqualified teachers are more common? Private sector and street schools. What do parents expect from schools according to the interview? To make different better human beings with job opportunities. What did the students in the interview appreciate most about school? Teachers' polite behavior. What is the teacher's role in child's development according to the teacher's interview? Cognitive, moral, physical, emotional, and ethical development. What is a group orientation in context of schooling? Schooling as a group activity. Why is it incorrect to assume that wearing the same uniform makes students uniform in thought? Students come from diverse backgrounds. Which context does the schooling process include? Educational, social, and collegial. At what level should teachers teach students to understand subjects matter in depth? Literal application and higher thinking levels. What does the literal level of learning involves? Understanding and recalling definitions and facts. What is an application level of learning? Applying learned knowledge to real life situations. What is the aim of higher thinking levels in education? Developing thinking, creativity, and questioning skills. What does the sign of Singapore International Airport highlights about schools in Singapore? Emphasize on human capital as the primary resource. What is social capital in the context of schooling? Sum of interpersonal relationships. Why is it important for students to work with their opponent in the group activities? It improves their interpersonal and conflicts resolution skills. What is the teacher's role in developing students' social capital, organizing group activities, and encouraging communication? Why is group orientation emphasized in schooling? To encourage collaboration and problem solving. What does collegial context in schooling mean? Power and decision making are shared among colleagues. What does the sign school business is not discussed here? Indirect. Weak collegial context where teachers do not engage in professional development. What does the statement "we believe in sharing ideas, work, and food" signify? Strong collegiality and collaboration among teachers. What is the role of a learning community in schools? To support colleagues and learn from each other. What does the statement "my colleagues are my mentors" suggest? Teachers respect their colleagues and learn from them. What does a relaxing time indicate about the collegial context of school? teachers avoid discussing school business during relaxing time? What is required to maximize collegial contacts in school? Learning from colleagues and collaborating for professional growth. How can teachers improve their professional development in collegial context? By sharing ideas and experiences with their colleagues. What does collegial context is not restricted to schools imply? Collegial context can extend to online and web based performance platforms. What is the most important resource in schools according to Singapore's educational context? People. How can schools increase students' social capital? By organizing group oriented activities. What should a teacher do to develop students' application level learning? Help students apply learned concept to real life situations. What does higher thinking level in education focus on? Creativity, thinking skills, and questioning. How can group activities benefit students by enhancing interpersonal and communication skills? Why is it important for teachers to promote social capital in classroom to enhance students' problem solving and interpersonal skills? How can collegiality in school improved? How can collegiality in schools be improved? By sharing ideas and resources among colleagues. What is the most valuable aspect of schooling according to Singapore educational perspective? Human resources. How can teachers enhance their students learn beyond memorization? By fostering creativity and critical thinking. What role do mentors play in a collegial context? They share their experiences and guide professional growth. Why should teachers focus on group activities instead of individual assignment to promote collaborations and increase social capital? तो short questions में है जी, what is important to advocate teaching as a first career option? It helps change the social image of teaching and encourage qualified individuals to join the profession, raising professional standards. What is the issue with unqualified teachers in private and state schools? Unqualified teachers lack proper education degrees like B.Ed and M.Ed, leading to ineffective schooling and poor educational outcomes. What are the three levels of learning in the educational context? The three levels are literal level, application level, and higher thinking level. It can be a MCQs. How many types of educational context? There are three levels of literal level, application level, and higher thinking level. What is social capital and how can it be increased in schools? Social capital refers to interpersonal relationships. It can be increased through group activities and fostering communication among students. How can group orientation benefit students in school? Group orientation helps students develop interpersonal skills, problem solving abilities, and conflict resolution techniques. What does collegial context in schooling refers to? It refers to sharing of power, ideas, decision making among colleagues, encouraging professional growth. Why is higher thinking important in education? Higher thinking promotes creativity, critical thinking, and questioning, moving beyond rote memorization and deeper learning. What is the primary commitment of an educator to students? To primary commitment is to help each student realize their full potential as a valuable member of society. What is meant by raising professional standards in teaching? Raising professional standards refers to continuously improving the quality of teaching by mastering pedagogical context, knowledge, communication, and assessment skills. What is professional judgment in education? Professional judgment is an informed decision made by educator based on evidence and experience in the classroom rather than opinions from non-professionals like parents. How can educator promote professional judgment? Educator can promote professional judgment by creating a supportive climate, encouraging open communication through parent-teacher meetings, and involving the community. Why is teaching seen as a fallback career for some people? Teaching is sometimes seen as a fallback career because it is perceived as an option for those who did not succeed in the field, like engineering, medicine, and computer science. Why is clear communication important for teachers? Clear communication is important for to effectively convey lessons and ensure that students understand and engage with the material. What should teachers focus on their professional development? Teachers should focus on improving their pedagogical content, knowledge, communication skills, assessment methods, and staying updated with recent development in the education. तो इसके साथ ही हमारी आज की ये वीडियो कंप्लीट होती है। अगर आपको पेड सर्विसेज चाहिए, एलिमेंट्स हैंडलिंग सर्विसेज, इंटर्नशिप रिपोर्ट राइटिंग, फाइनल प्रोजेक्ट, तो आप इस नंबर पे कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा अगर आपने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया तो जल्दी से चैनल को करें सब्सक्राइब, वीडियो करें लाइक, और कमेंट बॉक्स में अपने कोई इजहार राय देना चाहते हैं तो आप कर सकते हैं। इंशाल्लाह मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। अपना और अपने बड़ों का बहुत सा ख्याल रखें। अल्लाह हाफिज़।